Greetings to all participants and delegates. I hope you can see my slide from here.
Yes, we do. Perfect.
Thank you. Thank you. First, let me congratulate the ADFIAP board and its secretariat for holding the 44th ADFIAP annual meeting, a one-of-a-kind virtual gathering. Indeed, a wonderful privilege to participate and share a few insights on how the development financial institutions around the world move forward amidst and beyond the pandemic. The COVID-19 pandemic swept across Papua New Guinea, has left untold economic miseries to thousands of SMEs and micro entrepreneurs, which up until the moment continue to reel from and fight for survival amidst the continuing fallout this year. The already depressed local economy has further reduced the confidence of SMEs in light of increasing uncertainties when the expected economic restart did not eventuate as predicted. The bank's appetite for lending has declined as a result of depleting number of viable businesses seeking financing. It consequently led to reduction in nil growth in the good loan book and a record increase in the bad loan book. The People's Microbank, for example, registered an all-time high rate of loans in arrears and non-performing loans ever recorded by over 3 times since its inception. Its profitability was sliced off by 30% compared to the pre-pandemic period. But despite the grim realities, we observe a slow rebound in the bank's performance by 18% better than it was in 2020. So where lies the so-called silver linings? We realize while the pandemic is taking its toll on the health and socioeconomic strata of the country, there were baskets of opportunities that alleviated the bank's reduced efficiency. Some of this is the emergence of remarkably high demand for cashless transactions among consumers. There was a sharp increase in the number of new customer accounts needing access to online banking by as much as twice than the pre-pandemic period. The volume of transactions done through mobile and electronic transfers has quadrupled. Further, the increase in access to electronic transfers resulted to the growth in the liquidity of banks and the financial system. And most interestingly, while the SMEs are struggling for survival, the micro businesses and informal sector exhibited a marked resilience for business continuity than its big counterparts. The demand for financing from this sector has remained virtually unaltered despite the restrictions imposed by government. The sector championed the way out to survival much faster than the SMEs. Gleaning the important lessons from the crisis, we surmise there are vital and emerging business opportunities which we can leverage from to make banking services even more relevant in these trying times, so bank can fulfill its purpose of uplifting the economic well-being of its customers while delivering value to its shareholders. By putting those lessons together and matching them with the opportunities they bring along, these are the lessons learned. The high incidence of banking liquidity provides for increased opportunities for investing in the development of new products or services, or seeking new avenues for investment, especially in the area of cashless technology. The People's Microbank made possible the inclusion of more population into the banking space through offering of e-banking products and services that made their lives easier during the pandemic. The sharp increase in the demand for mobile access provides growth in the bank revenues by way of transaction fees, which in turn partially offsets the downturn in the lending business. This is especially true with People's Microbank joining a year prior to the pandemic. We became a participant in the National Retail Electronic Payment System, allowing the interoperability of payment systems among financial institutions, small and big. And finally, the resilience of micro businesses operated by the majority of low-income population further underline the important role they play in the national economic development needed to be relooked at to see how else banks and financial institutions can catapult their resilience to further growth and greater impact. In conclusion, the current events tell us that the world economy is not out of the woods as yet. But as we cautiously wedge our way through the quagmire, we will eventually see the light of the day with healing and economic restoration. The adversities faced by our economies accord tiny bits and nuggets of brilliant ideas, which we can turn into better products and services that can enhance our efficiency. As Plato once said, necessity is the mother of all invention. Needless to say, the pathway to the future of delivering financial services necessitates moving into a cashless and mobile technology that has proven to be the most resilient means of doing business, especially in times of pandemic. We never know when the next one will strike, but it pays to be prepared when it happens. Thank you very much for listening.